What up, nerds? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be watching Predators Get Caught again. So, this video right here is with Chris Hansen. Now, I don't know much about Chris Hansen. All I know, I th- I'm pretty sure he beats the shit out of Predator. So, maybe we get to see fights and stuff. Alright, let's get do it.
Why did you ask her if she was willing to do a gangbang?
She sounded eager. She sounded like she wanted to learn, and I made a mistake.
Just stop it right now. Just stop it right now. My friend. My brother in Christ. What are you doing, bro? I The fact that it's all the same, too. The fact that they are genuinely all the same. Made a mistake. She seemed eager. Like, I've watched plenty of these videos at like 3 a.m. when I'm bored. All sound the same, dog. I made a mistake. She was sound like she was eager. Like, my friend, my brother. What are you doing? Alright.
I think he's gonna pull up around from the left.
Close the door to his front cold.
What do we got here? Jeremy, you shouldn't leave. These gentlemen want to talk to you.
Put your money back. Please! Get down on the ground!
Why did you think it was okay to leave your teenage girl home alone to come here and meet another teenage girl, Jeremy?
Dude. People I watch, like, I've never watched Tommy G before, so this is a whole new experience for me. Those gotta be, like, very well set up, and the Predators gotta be super dumb, because people, like Oma, he uses GoPros, which are small, and not well noticeable, so crazy how they can hide that.
Does any part of you feel sorry for these guys?
No.
This one idea for a one-off story for Dateline NBC in 2004 has turned into all this.
I will. Can you just tell me who you are?
I'm Chris Hansen. This is an investigation.
In this episode, we trudge into the dark corners of crime, perverts, and preds who prey on kids. We team up with Chris Hansen, a man who has spent the last 2 decades as the premier pred catcher on the planet. Together, we team up in a sting operation to catch these. In this episode, there are certain words that for some reason we cannot say. Among them, so instead, we will either refer to these guys as preds, PDF files, or bleep out the word altogether to avoid being censored. Now, this ugly world of PDF files is something that I almost didn't want to cover. I mean, the idea that grown men are out there looking to meet with vulnerable youth, to me, it's just sad and sickening. But it is a reality of this world that we have to face, and thankfully with the help of local police, we have the opportunity to take these offenders off the street and give them justice. Folks, this episode...
Okay, listen, guys, I have a question for everybody watching right now. Should I do a pred catch? Like, obviously, I have to get, like, I have to do my research on legal troubles because I'm 16 and underage. But if me and a couple of my friends did a pred catch, would you guys watch that video? That would be so sick. And of course, you can't overpower me because, number one, it's gonna be group. Number two, I would scream my head off if you grab me. So, let me know. Let me know if you want to see that. That'd be fire.
is heart-pounding, stomach-turning, and incredibly intense. It's time to saddle up and go boots on the ground. Today we're diving into the dark world of and we're doing it with one of the best in the business, Mr. Chris Hansen. We're just down the road from a sting operation where they're luring guys in and then promptly arresting them. To me, I'm really fascinated to get to the bottom of why this is happening. So let's try and learn something together. Buckle up, folks. We're in for one today. Just as we arrived in Michigan and we're gonna set out to the Sting House, we got word from Chris's team that an offender was on his way to get busted and for us to lay low until they booked him. What happened next is one of the most powerful moments of Chris's career.
Alright, I don't want to pause it too much. Like, we're 4 minutes in and pause it like 5 times. But What? Okay, so Oma, right? He does this type of shit. He waits a little bit. Like this is very new. He waits a little bit, doesn't arrest him immediately. So very different.
No, there's no one home. Let me close the door. It's cold outside. Did you bring the money?
Yeah.
Can I see it? How much is there?
150.
Okay. What do you want to do?
What are you feeling up to? I don't want to.
I'm down for anything.
Are we doing it here? Is there like a bedroom?
There's a bedroom, or we can do it on the couch, or anywhere you want to go. I'll go change, and you can stay here. Okay. You can just stay right here, and I'll be right back. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
How you doing? Good. What was your plan here today?
Can I leave?
No, you cannot. Stay right there.
I feel like watching a movie.
From the law enforcement angle, what have you seen in this world?
Seems over the last 10 years, it's gotten worse, in my opinion. Just based off interviews I've done over the years with children, child forensic interviews over the child abuse type stuff, sexual abuse.
How common are these people out in the world, these predators?
To be quite honest, I think it's a very scary thought. I think they're very common. I think parents should be well aware of the stuff that happens on the internet.
My name is Sam Christian. I'm a retired Chicago Police Deputy Chief on the Chicago Police Department. I spent 14, 15 years in what's called Special Investigations of the Youth Division, chasing pedophiles, basically. When I was doing this work, and we would do lectures and seminars, and I thought at that time you could probably find a pedophile rather on probably every square mile in the city of Chicago.
Well, you know, I kind of fell into working with, so I fell into forensics, and have been helping lock the sons of bitches up for 30 years. I don't know, how many people are versus how many billions of people we have. No one's ever clear with that because we're only basing it on those that were convicted. We know that there's no place we could go in this country where it isn't happening.
I mean, we're in the UP of Michigan, and right now we could be talking to someone down in Texas that could potentially be up here within a couple days to try to, potentially take your child. So it's not just in your backyard anymore. It's like a nationwide thing.
What's your name?
Joe, I was looking online to play.
To play, and what do you mean by play, Joe?
Yes.
You talked to somebody online and on the phone, and you were pretty graphic. How many times had you met women online before for sex?
2 or 3.
2 or 3. And what do you do for a living now, Joe?
I'm a grocery manager.
Here in town?
Marquette.
In Marquette. Over the phone, she tells you that she's 15. You say to her, that's messed up.
That is.
But yet you continued to talk about having sex with her. It almost seems as though that age excited you. You asked if she would do a gangbang. Why did you ask her if she was willing to do a gangbang?
She sounded eager. She sounded like she wanted to learn, and I made a mistake. I have a porn addiction. I will admit that I have a porn addiction. I got addicted to porn, and I was probably...
I don't think anybody fucking asked that question, bro. No.
11, 12 years old.
Did you bring condoms?
I did not. I might have one.
Right. But you were willing to have unprotected sex with this girl.
I don't know if I would have gone that far.
So it seems to me that if I wasn't here and a real 15-year-old girl was, you would have been having sex with her by now.
I should go away for a very, very, very long time. There's no one to blame but myself.
All right, Joe, well, there's something you need to know.
You're Chris Hansen with...
Take Down with Chris Hansen. Have you seen the shows before?
I have.
And what have you thought of those shows?
But I appreciate what you do.
Well, thank you. Did you ever think you're going to end up face to face like this?
When I walked in here and saw the pizza box, I honestly knew.
Is that up for you?
Yep. Just the wallet.
No other weapons or anything on you, sir?
No.
I'm just gonna give you a quick pat down. All right.
Joe, thank you for being straight up with me. I appreciate it.
Can I shake your hand?
Yes.
It's hot and sweaty.
I appreciate it, buddy. Good luck to you, all right?
I'm sorry.
Get
Thank
the help
you.
you need, all right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I thought he beat the shit out of me. Honestly. Maybe I'm not. I don't know.
It sounds messed up to say, but I couldn't help but feel bad for some of these guys. I mean, I know that if they followed through with what they were going to do, that they very well would damage a kid for life. But still, watching them throw their life down the drain in real time just made me feel sad for them. And due to the pathetic nature of what they were setting out to do, my guess is these guys live very miserable lives.
Does any part of you feel sorry for these guys?
No.
These guys are doing irreparable, lifelong damage to kids. I felt like just looking at them, I feel repulsed, I feel ick, I feel like, and just feel good. Like hearing that door shut behind, like I had like a word in my head, just justice. Let's head to the Sting house. So what's going through your head when you bust a guy like that?
It's sad to see that we have this in the community, but it's good to see something come out of it to get these people off the streets. The maximum for the punishment is 20 years to life. Easily at least serve a couple years. Hopefully we have a successful rest of our day.
So in a normal sting, when you start in the morning, how late does it go?
You know, we've gone till the next morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, depending on who's coming.
So we might be having a slumber party tonight.
Could happen. It's happened before. So this weekend we have a sting operation with the Marquette County Sheriff's Department. Decoys will go undercover posing as children and see if men will approach them and try to make a date for sex. If they do, they will be invited over here. I will confront them and then they'll be arrested by the Marquette County Sheriff's Office. We've been doing investigations for 20 years now. And yet here we are, 20 years and probably 600 guys later. The problem is worse than ever before.
20 years.
You've pioneered a whole new genre of content where now there's people that their entire career is doing somewhat very similar things. One, did that blow your mind? And two, not all of them get the guys arrested.
You know, when I stop to think about it, now that you mention it, it is kind of mind-boggling. This one idea for a one-off story for Dateline NBC in 2004.
It's a Dateline hidden camera investigation no parent will want to miss. He thinks he's at this house to have sex with a 15-year-old girl. Chris Hansen with a Dateline hidden camera investigation.
How low quality
has turned into all this. And in terms of the vigilante catchers, you know, some of them have done a service. And I think there's a solid place for citizen journalists. But it concerns me that I think some, not all, but some of these vigilante catchers are out to just be as outlandish as possible.
A phone call's coming in from a potential and everyone's waiting, holding their breath to see if a lady's coming through.
I don't want to get in trouble. I'm not here to get you in trouble. I just want to have a good time.
He's coming.
But what's your mental
pause it right here. If I actually do follow through with the pred catch, slapping the shit out of him, bro. If he tries to touch me or my friends, I'll beat the shit out of him. Like that's what makes it fun, bro. They deserve anything, any punishment they can get, bro. Like, I know what prison's gonna be like for a lot of these guys. Well, yo, what are you in here for? I can't say it because I'm not trying to get demonetized. I'm not in that point of editing where I can just beep stuff out, but you know, and then they would get beat up, which is the saddest part of it.
Preparation? Like, what are you doing before they come?
Well, I'm working on a lot of different things. So I've gone through the material for this particular confrontation. I'll start going through it again in a few minutes here when we know he's on the way, for sure. And other than that, you know, you're just kind of keeping aware, and I'm working on other stories at the same time.
They're just trying to see if it's real, see if they can manipulate him, take advantage.
Do you feel bad for these guys at all?
Do I feel bad? No, at all. They knew what they was doing. He need to ask what.
Tell me about the potential perp.
He said that he is 49. He's actually 53, we found out.
I think interesting, first of all, that he's willing to lie about a minor detail like that.
He's coming from like 3 hours away.
Didn't he also take a picture?
He took
Yeah, he took a picture of his on the side of the road, sent it to the decoy.
Okay, you guys are some of the world experts in tracking down. What kind of commonalities do you know?
I'm gonna pause it like hopefully one more time, but this is 30 minutes long. I don't have enough time for that for like this video because I got football practice tomorrow and I gotta wake up early for strength. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna finish this pred catch and then we'll continue the video in another episode.
His traits, characteristics.
They all lie about inconsequential details. This guy that just said he's 49, he's really 53. We've had guys lie about the type of car they're driving.
How has doing this job changed how you guys look at the world?
Like I feel like when I have kids, they're not getting on anything. And Chris talks about all the time that when he first started doing this, he thought he was gonna do it like once or twice.
That doesn't make me had to pause this. This is a message to everybody. When I'm older, in like 10 years, maybe 8, I don't really know. But if I have a kid and you come over to my house to have underage you know what with them, I will personally break your kneecaps. And then I will tie you up with a rope, strip you naked, and to put you in a fire pit, where then I will beat you with a baseball bat in the face until you are like Conquest in the final battle with Invincible. Then I will turn you into the police. There you go. That's what I'm going to do to you.
And now 20 plus years later, he's still doing it.
And he's busier than ever.
And he's busier than ever.
There are exponentially more platforms upon which adults can approach children. So while there is more activity now than ever before, it's more difficult to do.
What the fuck was he typing?
Exponentially more platforms upon which adults can approach children. So while there is more
J-
activity now than
Jeff,
ever before,
Jeffy,
it's more
Jeffy.
difficult to detect. I think technology has opened this up. I think people are more exposed to fantasies.
Is it
It's
all
just
men
scary.
or ever women showing up here?
I've never
So,
had a woman.
Never had a woman.
Women like to have a connection, whereas men are like out hunting for whatever. So the women, it's always somebody who's closer.
The female, you're more likely to see in the teacher-student scenario. The female wants to know the victim. The male likes the anonymity.
Miss Nutley was a teacher at St. Xavier High School. This is a Catholic school in Springfield Township, a Catholic school of all places.
Has doing this job made you look at men differently?
I mean, I always thought there were perverts out there, but like, there's so many, I guess.
To get an idea of the damage this
I would
crime
never do
can
this.
cause a family, we spoke with a mom whose child suffered from the hands of an
I don't know
exploitive
how-
adult.
I don't know
and
why I
she
have to
spoke to
explain
the
that.
impact this had on her life.
I didn't notice everything until maybe 3 years into the relationship. I started noticing that he was a little bit like not affection. So I kind of just assumed that he was cheating on me. We took a trip out to Michigan, and that's when I actually found out that my daughter had a boy over. I investigated deeper into her phone and found out that this other kid was actually 23. So I called the cops and they did lock him up. But that same night, something was bothering me about why was she so comfortable in my bed? So I went and asked my daughter, has Tim ever touched you? And Tim was right behind me and I felt him. I felt his energy behind me, like the nervousness. And she said yes. I turned around, I just start throwing things at him. And that's when I used, have you ever my daughter? He nodded. One time. I'm so confused at this moment. I'm like, well, what are you talking about?
Do it.
You said one time, but you're saying no.
Do
What's
it.
going
You better
on?
crash out.
He was on a run for at least
You better
2
crash
weeks.
out.
He took a plead, the 10-year plead. It was underage. He just repeatedly with the underage.
This is such a cat and mouse game. Like, we'll have like someone 30 minutes away, call. And then they chicken out. Or someone calls back and is like, hey, I want to pee on you. And then they chicken out.
Comes in.
What?
Goes out. We try to maintain a low key, but you gotta eat good. Gotta bring beef jerky.
In a typical day, 8-10 hour day, how many people would you bust?
It really varies by location. You know, there have been some where we've packed in four guys in an afternoon.
Everybody that does this
and
finds
we've been there for 2 days and
the
nobody
Lord
shows
follows
up.
him.
What are the major
Goes down the
red
right path.
flags of a
Turn their life
that
around
people
from
can
this
be aware
disgusting
of,
action.
think about?
So if we just take an extreme, on one extreme, we know these people because they're always talking the language. Instead of calling people kids, they're F toys or, even dates, they're objects. On that end, we know who those people are because they're always verbalizing. But most are at the other end. They have a great social persona. They look good, they sound good, but they're very schmoozy. And it's that schmooziness that we forget. That's psychopath traded.
In any way, do you feel bad for these guys?
Sometimes, you get a guy who gets on his knees, who spent 6 months in battle in Iraq, maybe has PTSD, and he's begging you for forgiveness. You can't help but feel bad. But at the end of the day, if we weren't here and a child was here, what would have happened?
That's not getting sense, though.
Because there's no doubt in my mind, a large number of people that
I'll
are
take you down
incarcerated are
YouTube.
going to get back out and restart again.
Okay, I think we're actually getting to the bread.
Hi. I'm sorry I missed your call.
Yeah, I'm like 30 minutes away. I was just making sure you're gonna be still up and shit.
Yeah, I'm still up. I'm waiting.
Alright. So, what do you just want to text me the address when I call you back, or what do you want to do?
Yeah. Just let me know when you're in Ishpeming and I'll text you the address.
Alright.
Okay. Hurry up, I can't wait to see ya.
Alright.
Okay, bye.
Does it surprise you how many guys are out there trying to do this?
Yes and no. Our jurisdiction has a very high amount of CSCs, criminal sexual conducts.
I guess, how does it make you feel getting to do this job?
This? Good. Like, I've seen so many stories that are, like, horrific. Some of these people do to minors is sickening.
Do you think our justice system properly takes care of these guys?
I think they all need to go to prison for some stint, however long. I'm not sure. I will say, I think reoffenders, my personal opinion.
Alright. Hold on. Guess it's like 29 minutes. Anyways, my thing right now is that you sent them to prison for like 5 years. I don't think they're coming out. Like, bank robbers, like people who didn't do stuff to that extent in prison will beat the shit out of the people that are in there for that reason. So, on top of being sentenced, they're already getting beating the shit out of them in prison, which I think is an amazing thing. Like, they deserve it, bro.
Shouldn't be able to walk another day freely.
Anything you think people back home should know?
If you're a sexual assault victim, don't be afraid to speak out and tell your story to somebody from trained law enforcement officials that do handle this stuff in a sensitive manner, and don't be afraid to report it and speak out about it.
There are a boatload of clips from this episode that, for reasons I cannot get into, are only available on Patreon. If you'd like to support independent journalism and have access to these clips, the link to subscribe is in the description.
We're gonna skip past this.
I'll drive by once or twice just to make sure they're looking for, obviously, police cars, anything suspicious, obviously lighting, any suspicious movement at all that would indicate, hey, there's something just to justify their concerns. Most of them, once they're in, they're fully committed.
So, like, how do you approach this from a psychological standpoint so that you keep it going without tipping them off, but you still get information, like when to text them, when not to text them?
I think it's just by feel. Do you want the honest answer or the TV answer?
Honest.
You just gotta be really f***ed up.
Do you think he would be disappointed to know that someone sending him all the nice messages was a guy like you with a beard?
They're gonna know when I take the stand.
Is this off a hookup website?
Yeah, this is off of a website that just strictly deals with prostitution.
So he's probably been there, done that before.
Usually.
So that means the decoy has a fake profile with a few pictures.
Yep, I created a fake profile. The website's out of Europe.
How racy can you get with the pictures?
The pictures are of our actual decoy.
she can get as racy as she's comfortable. Obviously, we don't get too racy with ours.
So he knows that she's 15, and his big holdup was he had to find some place to get rid of his kid for the night.
Do you know how old his kid is?
I don't
kids like.
Three minutes away.
Yeah.
And you gave him the address at what point?
Just with.
I just realized that they have kids and they're meeting up with other kids to do this with. Imagine what type of fucked up shit they do to their kid, bro. Oh my. I feel so. I actually like can't stand people like this. I hope they rot in hell. Like genuinely.
Within the last 30 seconds, a minute ago.
Let's get ready. Subject spotted. Okay, baby, here we go. This is our guy. Hey, Vermi asked where to park. There he is. Yep. I think he's gonna pull up around from the left.
Cold outside. Can you close the door too? It's really cold.
You want me to go grab them white clothes over there?
That's okay. You can just hang out. You can have a seat. We got some weed.
Yeah.
Okay. How was the drive?
Fucking shitty, man. I got behind some guy that was going like 20 miles an hour and shit.
I was wondering what was.
All right. Just a moment. As a driver, I understand. I understand that. Like, people driving slow as hell is so annoying, dog. Like, that is the one relatable thing I could ever relate to any human, I guess. Like, that's very relatable, but still he's fucked up and he should rot in hell for trying to meet a. Yeah.
Give me a solo, huh? You got the condoms too?
Yeah. You want that? You want to do this?
Sure. Well, I'm gonna run upstairs and grab my bong really fast. I'll be right back, okay?
Alright.
Okay.
What do we got here?
Oh, man.
How you doing?
Good.
What'd y'all bring?
There's some weed.
Some weed?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Jeremy.
Jeremy?
Yeah.
And Jeremy, where are you from?
From Michigan.
What part of Michigan?
Iron Mountain.
Iron Mountain. What brought you here tonight?
She said she wanted to smoke.
She wanted to smoke. And who is she?
I have no idea.
You have no idea?
No, I just met her online.
You just met her online.
Okay.
And what was your plan here for tonight, Jeremy?
Smoke.
Smoke?
Yeah.
Sex?
I mean, she said she.
She said she would have sex with you.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. And how old is she?
She said her thing says 19.
Keep your hands out of your pockets, right? She said what?
She said 19.
She said 15.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Her thing says 19 on her.
Well, everybody has to say 19 to get on the platform, but she told you she was 15.
Oh, I didn't even pay attention to that.
You didn't pay attention.
It's probably like.
So you
5
drive
messages.
how many hours?
Oh, just like an hour.
About an hour. And did you stop at all along the way?
Yeah, I stopped at a gas station.
And what did you get at the gas station?
Gas.
Gas.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I grabbed some beer.
Some beer. And where is that?
Out of my truck.
Did you bring condoms?
Yeah.
You did. And where are those?
In my pocket.
In your pocket. And how much weed did you bring here?
Just
And how much did that cost?
well, I don't know. This was I already had this.
You already had the weed.
Yeah.
So
what's going on here? What is this?
I'm going to get to that in a minute. But Jeremy, you drove an hour to meet a 15-year-old girl.
Well, she said she was 19.
You say that on the website or on the social media. But it said 19 on the platform, but she told you 15.
I don't know, man. I'm not. Are you a cop or what?
I'll get to that in a minute.
Well, I'm not going to sit here and deal with this shit. So I got.
You're not going to sit here and deal with it? You drive an hour?
Yeah, she lied
bring
to me
weed.
and said she was 19.
No. I've
Yeah,
seen the transcripts, Jeremy, so you can
Okay,
try to jerk me around here, but it's
her
not going to
thing
go
says
well.
She's 19 on her thing. I'm assuming you have to have an ID to make a fucking sex website.
What
right?
did she tell you? What age did she tell you, Jeremy?
She said she was 19 on her thing.
What did she tell you in the
Getting
conversation?
mad, bro.
She said 15, right?
Okay.
Okay. So what made you think
Fuck
it
you
was
mean,
okay
okay?
to drive an hour, bring weed and alcohol to a 15-year-old girl after a sexually charged conversation?
I didn't know she was.
Okay, we can go round and round, but she told you. What made you think that this was okay?
I didn't think it was okay.
You didn't think it was okay. So why did you do it?
I need a lawyer.
I have OBS open.
Are
Like
you
I'm
a married
recording this.
guy?
We got a half-an-hour video.
You're not
now.
married. Do you have kids?
Yeah.
How many kids?
2.
2. And where are your children tonight?
My kids, one's at a friend's house and the other one's at home.
One's at home. And how old are your children?
I got one's 14 and one's 16.
One's 14 and one's 16. So the 16-year-old's at home.
Yeah.
And the 14-year-old is where?
At a friend's house.
At a friend's house. Did you drop the 14-year-old off at a friend's house so you could come here?
No, she was already there.
She was already there. So you left your 16-year-old child home alone.
She's 16.
But you left her home alone so you could come here to meet a 15 for sex. You want to just hold tight here, man, Jeremy. There's something you need to know before you go. Just sit.
I don't need to know anything.
Jeremy, I'm Chris Hansen, and I do stories on men. Jeremy, you shouldn't leave. These gentlemen want to talk to you.
Put your body back. Please! Get down on the ground! Down on the ground!
Oh my gosh! What the fuck?
All right. Relax, buddy. Slow down. Slow down.
Relax.
Holy shit! I didn't know. I didn't know this guy dropped a fucking football. Getting out on like a fumble.
Slow down.
All right. Okay, what the fuck?
Jeremy, I asked you not to leave. And look what happened. Is there anything else you want people to know about the situation you're in tonight, Jeremy?
No.
Why did you think it was okay to leave your teenage girl home alone to come here and meet another teenage girl, Jeremy?
All right, we're gonna sit you up, okay? We're gonna roll over to your back. Bring your knees up to your chest.
Ready? 1, 2,
3. Go and take a seat.
Jeremy, how old are you?
41.
41. And what do you do for a living, Jeremy?
Work at a warehouse.
You work at a warehouse. And what do you do at the warehouse?
Load trucks.
Load trucks. Well, Jeremy, as I started to say before you tried to leave, I'm Chris Hansen.
I'm not giving you guys permission to videotape.
Well, we don't need it.
Listen. Wait. Nah, I was gonna make a joke, but that doesn't really work in that situation. Does it? Where it's like, I don't give you guys permission to record me, but then he was gonna do that without permission. No, I have no clue. That was a stupid attempt at a joke.
Okay, well, I don't have nothing to say.
We do stories on men who try to meet kids for sex. And you've become one of those stories. Is there anything else you want people to know?
No.
Okay, well, these people here will take it from here then.
This outside.
Chris, you just completed 2 days, a lot of bus. What's going through your mind right now?
Tommy, the fact that a guy would leave his own children behind, a 14 and 16-year-old, to drive an hour to meet a 15-year-old, allegedly for sex, bring weed, alcohol, it never ceases to stun me.
The anticipation, right when he started walking up to the house, my heart was thumping.
Yeah, mine too. Still does.
It's an amazing thing. I mean, I've seen it so many times through the television, seen how it goes, but then to be here in the moment, it's like a rodeo when you're out there.
You don't know what's going to happen. And typically, we have the element of surprise. I mean, sometimes these guys are suspicious. Sometimes they'll say, "You're Chris Hansen," before I can say, "I'm Chris Hansen." He obviously felt pretty comfortable when he saw the undercover deputy posing as the 15-year-old girl. He thought that this was going to go to plan. And when she
Deputy? I didn't even know that, bro. I was paying attention.
excused herself, it was time for me to come in and ask my questions.
I'm sure every guy comes in and tries to deny to some level.
Sure.
Is it airtight? Like, is there any way this guy can't say, I didn't know she was 15?
The way the sheriff's detectives and deputies work, they have a clear record of informing the alleged that this person they're coming to visit is 15.
Is playing dumb the most common defense mechanism?
It's playing dumb. I didn't see the age. They try to convince the detectives that because you have to be 19 to get on that platform, that they assume that they were 19, even though people get on these platforms at a younger age.
Do you think he knew he was an animal in a trap by the time you sat down with him?
I think he knew he was in trouble. I don't think he knew who I was. And so he's wondering, am I the mad dad? Am I the police? Or am I someone else?
To see what you've been doing the last many years, busting guys like this, getting them off the street, America's rooting for you, man.
I appreciate it, Tommy. I appreciate
So,
it very much.
well, thank you.
Thanks, man. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you. All right, folks. Well, that's what it's like inside of Operation, busting and putting them to justice. We'll see you guys next week. What you have just seen is the tip of the iceberg when it...
Alright, y'all. Thank you for watching the video with me, and wow, these people are disgusting. I hope they rot in hell. If I ever had kids and one of these people come over to meet them, I'd beat the shit out of them. Subscribe if you enjoyed. Leave a like. Turn on notifications so you don't miss another upload. And I will see you guys next time.